Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I want to teach you how to set up and play a solo game of Wingspan. So I'm going to do that all in one video. So just a precautionary caution word is that in this video I am not going to teach you how to set up the normal game, and I'm not going to teach you how to play the normal game. The only real instruction I'm going to give in this game is all related to the solo mode. So if you're interested in, if you don't know how to play or set up the normal game, in the description of this video I have links for different videos where I teach you how to play the regular game. Again, my instructions in this game will be solely focused on solo, assuming you know how to play the regular game. Alright, so check out my links if you need help with learning the base game. I also want to point out that I do have the European expansion here, and everything is integrated into the base game for this. So it doesn't change gameplay in any way, shape, or form. Basically, the European expansion comes with some new birds, comes with some purple eggs, but the color of the eggs don't mean anything. And then it comes with some new bonus trackers and a nice new score sheet. And the score sheet is essentially the same with some purple bleed, but on one side of the score sheet they have multiplayer, and on the other side they have solo player. So each sheet has multiplayer and solo. I love it. That was beautiful and brilliant and genius. So with all of that said, we need to actually set up the bot player. As you can see, I have my normal play area set up. I have all of the supply stuff set up. We've got the birds. We need to get the solo set up. Oh, I should have pointed out something else in the last shot. Here, let's talk about it right now. I love this game so much, so I blinged out a couple of things. First of all, the normal game obviously comes with cubes. I have upgraded to some birdhouses. So you can see the blue player. I don't have any cubes here at all. I'm just going to use the birdhouses over here. I also bought a set of the upgraded Board Game Geek bits. So you can find these on BoardGameGeek.com in their store. And yes, so these are just replacements for the cardboard pieces. Everything else is just the normal stuff that comes with the game. But in terms of the bot, I actually think the bot uses the cubes better, but I still wanted the birdhouses to track end of round scoring. So I just have 4 birdhouses, 1 for each round. We'll just keep those somewhere nearby. And I pulled out the cubes because I happen to still have them. You could use the birdhouses. It's just they're a little bit bigger, and so it's a little bit tougher for what you need to do for the solo player. But for me, I always keep all of the solo cards kind of bundled together with I just took a piece of cardstock and wrapped it around and trimmed it down. But basically, the bot player is going to have these cards here, and there's a bunch of different kinds of cards. So let's walk through what we've got. The base game has these end of round bonus cards that are double-sided. You're going to have one side for each round, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are related to the bonuses that come with the base game. And so we're going to keep these here, face up, put round 1 on the top. And then the expansion comes with a card for each round that will go for, oh my gosh, I'm struggling to talk. These will be related to the bonus tiles that come in the expansion. So we're going to need those nearby as well. All right. And then we've got these. These are 2 cards. They're not double-sided, but they're like green and blue. And these are going to explain the actions that the bonus player can take. So I'm going to keep those face up right here. And then we've got this card here, double-sided. This is actually going to help you track what action the bot player is going to take every turn. And then there are these cards here with purple and this lovely, I don't know what that color is, blue. And you're going to have all of these different kinds of cards. And one of them says the Autobahn, I don't care, Society card. This is for advanced mode, which I am definitely not. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this card. So you take that out if you don't need the extra crazy challenge. And then we're going to take all of these cards and shuffle them. And they're going to go face down right here. Now, let's take a look at the score pad. So as I mentioned, on the score pad, we have the multiplayer side. It looks the same, but with some purple. It's a little nicer to look at. And then on this side, we have the solo mode, and every single card is like that. Okay, so over here, what you need to do to begin is you need to decide how tough you want the bot player to be. Easy, medium, or tough. And essentially you're going to circle one of these numbers. Easy, you would circle the 3. Normal, you're going to circle the 4 or medium. And then tough, you're going to circle the 5. We're going to talk more about what all of this means in just a moment, but that is going to be basically us setting up the bot player. Now, before we start playing and talking about what the bot player does and how it works, let's just finish our setup and then we'll do that. So we need to pick a bonus card. We need to pick some bird cards, and we need to pick some food cards to keep following the normal rules. So taking a quick peek at these bonus cards, you can kind of see the birds that I've got. One bonus card says birds with this kind of a nest. If I'm going to try to collect those for points, or we have birds that eat fish. I only have one of each type of bird here. So I have this one bird that has that kind of a nest, and this bird eats that kind of fish. Of course, as we consider our options, we're going to want to think about the types of round bonuses. So we need birds with the twig type of nest with an egg on it for the first round. We're going to want birds in the forest for the second. We're going to want a bunch of eggs for the third, and we're going to want a bunch of extra food for the last one. And just in case you're curious, these are from the base set. This one is from the expansion, you could tell, because it has the little EE on it. All right, so that one's going to be from the expansion. And with all of that in mind, what I've decided to do is I don't want to have the battle of the nests right now. So I'm going to keep this birds that eat fish card as my bonus. And obviously in a normal game, these are face down, but we're playing solo. So we're going to go ahead and keep that face up just as a reminder. And we can go ahead and discard this. And just a reminder, bonus cards are not discarded face up. They're discarded face down. And they go right just at the bottom of the draw pile. Now, I've kind of done some off-camera thinking, and what I've decided to do is I've decided, in a weird move for me, usually I like to keep just the super cheap, easy to put out birds, and maybe I'm going to regret this, but I've decided to keep these two birds, specifically for their nest type and that this bird eats fish. So those are the two that I'm going to keep. I'm going to discard these ones, and I think we'll keep our discard pile right there. So I discarded 3 food, so I get to keep 3 foods. I'm going to keep the rodents, fish, and wheat. I'll just go ahead and put these up here in the supply. And with that, we are ready to go. Let's just take a quick look at how the bot player works in general. We'll come take our first turn, and then the bot player will take their first turn, and we'll get detailed about what they do. Okay, so for the bot player, they don't follow the same scoring that we would in a normal game. They're going to basically score in 4 different ways. The first way that they're going to score is they're going to be collecting some bird cards they collect are going to be face down. And at the end of the game, every face down bird card is going to be 4 points because we're playing on normal mode. So that's what that icon is there. There are going to be other times where they collect bird cards face up, and they'll just be their normal face up feather value. So this would be for either way. But yeah, this one would be 4 points because it has the feather showing, and it would be face up. Now, the bot player doesn't actually score bonus cards, but they're going to need a bonus card to help make some of the decisions in the game. And so I'm just going to reach up here and grab one of these cards and flip it over. And specifically what you're looking for, there are 2 cards that can't work. Well, yeah, okay, so essentially what you're looking for are cards with this percentage down here. If it has this percentage, it's going to work for the bot player, if I remember correctly. So this, again, they're not going to actually score these points, but this is going to help with some of the decision making that happens. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this here for now. I might end up changing my mind. Okay, so they're not going to score any bonus points, but they always start with 1 bonus card there. Now, they will score at the end of round goals, and that's why we have these cards here. We're going to talk more about that, but the cubes and these cards are going to help with their end of round goal scoring. And they are going to collect eggs, and those will just be 1 point each as per usual. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back up with the end of round bonus. We'll just keep it out of the way for now. And this seems like a good spot. So that's how the bot player is going to score. Don't worry about it too much for now. The really cool thing about this solo mode is we will just take our turns absolutely like normal, and then the bot will do a couple of things. And then we'll take our turn like normal, and then the bot will work. Okay, so since these are the 2 kinds of birds that I want to play down, I'm going to need to get some food. And so let's also read their abilities here. So this one, we're going to gain 1 wheat from the bird feeder if available. You may cash it on this card. Awesome. Remember, cash food is points. Or we have this bald eagle, and when we play it, we would gain all of the fish that are in the bird feeder currently. So I kind of want to try to keep that in mind, maybe play this bird when there's a bunch of fish, but I don't want to wait too long because I got to play the game. All right, so for my first action, I don't have enough food to play either of those, so we're going to go ahead and place this right here. That's going to let me collect 1 fish from the bird feeder. And I don't really know why I have this out here other than it's super pretty. It has no function in the solo game. We go first. Anyway, yes. Okay, so now we have enough that we could play the bald eagle if we want to. We'll just have to think about timing, but we'll come back to that on our next turn to make a decision about it. And to show we're done, we'll move this over here. Okay, so let's talk about how the bot player actually works round to round. Essentially, they have these different kinds of actions that will happen on their turn, and we will talk more about those in detail as they come up, but just a quick overview. They either get a face-down card, always 4 points each, or they'll get a face-up card, that'll be the point value of whatever the bird is, or they'll collect an egg, or they're going to remove some food from the bird feeder, or they're going to place cubes on the round bonus scoring thing in order to boost their round bonus scoring ability, or they might remove a card just to keep it a little bit like tense and not knowing what their point value is going to be. They also might activate all of the pink powers because that's one big part of interaction in Wingspan. But essentially, those are the kinds of actions, and to know what they do, you're going to take this deck of cards, flip over the top one, and you're going to lay it out just like this. And the reason this is here is it just reminds you we're on round 1, so that's the bonus, or that's the action that you're going to take. I should have also said earlier, let me say it now, there is an app that controls basically all of this without any cards. You can download it for free. I don't remember the name of the app, but just search for Wingspan, and it's there, and it will actually do all of this for you. I just decided that it would be better to do it with the cards for this video. Okay, so you can see here that it's just telling you that they're going to take this action for round 1. And so what that means is we're going to find this describer, and it says take all of the cards that match the bonus card. Remember we said this was like a decision maker. And then the automa is going to keep the highest point value card face up and discard the others. If none of them match, then we'll just draw 1 face down, and that'll be that. So what we're looking for is we're looking for any birds with wingspans of 30 centimeters or less. So let's see, that's 34, that's 252, and that's 18. So the idea here is that they would collect all of the cards that match their bonus card, but discard, they would keep the one with the highest point value and discard the rest. This one actually has a 0 point value. That's kind of interesting. And this is from the European expansion, but that's the way that it goes. And so they're going to collect this one, and then we're going to just refill it like we would at the end of any other player's turn. Bring this back. And I think we will keep these. Let's keep these here. So they didn't really get them any points because that bird, that's just how it goes. The bot isn't supposed to be like super structured. We shouldn't know exactly how many points they get at the end of their game, but yeah, there you go. That was the end of their turn. I think I don't want to wait around too long to play this one, so I do think we're going to go ahead and play a bird for our second action, and we're going to play the bald eagle. That's going to cost 2 fish and a rodent, so let me get rid of those. This is down. When played, gain all of the fish that are in the bird feeder. Why not? We know that we're going to want more fish later on, so this seems reasonable. And that was the end of their turn. All right, so here we are for the bot's second turn. We're just going to flip this over and put it right on top. And here's how this action works. This is a bird feeder action. And before we head over there, I just want to point out, just take a look at the order that these things are written, because that's going to become a thing right now. The way that this action works is if there was only one type of die in here, we would automatically re-roll everything, kind of like we would on our turn, essentially. But if there is not, so right now we have 2 different types of dice, then what we're going to do is we remove all of the types of dice of the leftmost icon available. Wow, could I say that any more clearly? No. Here we go. So basically, because the rodent is on the left, we go left to right. The rodent is the one available on the left. We're going to take out all of the rodents, and that's all we're going to do for that part. They don't collect food tokens, they don't need to, and all of that good stuff. But what we are going to do is we're going to be adding a cube onto the round bonus. And we're just going to put it right here by the first one. And we're going to be collecting cubes over here, which is why I like the cubes a little bit better, because they're smaller than the birdhouses. But essentially, remember, the round bonus for this one is birds with this kind of a nest with an egg on it. At the end of the round, they're going to have a base score depending on what the bonus is here. So, for example, we have this icon here, this type of nest with that bird with an egg on it. They're going to have a base score of 0 plus however many cubes they've managed to accumulate. So right now they currently have one bird that counts for the end of round bonus. All right, so you're going to look at the base number and then add the number of cubes there at the end of the round. So we kind of can see about what we're trying to aim for, and we're going to try to beat them if we can. So I know by the end of the round I'm going to want to lay some eggs. I'm also trying to get some more food. Let's go ahead and just get, there is a wheat in there, so let's go ahead and take it. So we're taking this action. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that wheat. No need to really re-roll at this point, except that now it's empty. But I meant I didn't need to roll all of them to know I wanted a wheat. All right, so we'll take this back, and that's our action. Next up, oh, another bird feeder action, and if there were any purple abilities, we would activate those. So yes, we got our bird feeder action, and this time it's rodent, fish, berries. So we're taking out all of the rodents. And I don't have any pink actions or pink powers to follow that up with, so we'll just move on. But hopefully you can see how nice and smooth and simple the bot player is. And if you're using a phone or an iPad for an app, then you won't even need that space. You could really just focus right here on your board. Okay, I think we're ready to play a bird. This one's going into the forest. And so we're going to get rid of all of this food here. I know I'm not using that fish the way that I should, but it is what it is. At least we've got this food down. And I think I accidentally just called that bird a food. We've got that bird down. It is not food. Birds are friends, not food. Next up is the bot. So we're going to flip that over. And really, really simple. You can see here, it says we're going to discard all 3 birds from the bird tray. And then we're going to, the automa draws one and keeps it. It won't matter which one because it's going to be face down. And so we're just going to go ahead and take these 3, discard them, keep one face down, and then we'll refill. We haven't really talked about these actions yet. They're in the European expansion, but they're end of round actions. So hopefully we'll get to play one, and at the very least you can see one now. At the end of the round, you would discard up to 5 food from your supply, and for each one you could tuck 1 card from the deck, not from your hand, behind this card. Really cool. All right, so there's like end of round bonuses. That's new, but this one's going to be face down. Remember, that's just a base 4 points at the end of the game. The other thing to see is we're actually going to remove a cube. And again, this is just to kind of try to keep it at least as tense as possible that you won't know exactly how many, like you might have an idea, but you won't know exactly how many things they'll end up with at the end of the round. Okay, for the round bonus, we need at least 1 egg on each of these. So we're going to go ahead and take the lay eggs action. Let me just grab 2 of them. And I don't really... Well, it does matter. I want 1 on each because that's the end of round bonus. Next up is the bot. And they're going to lay an egg and remove a cube. There are no cubes to remove. And so we're just going to bring this egg somewhere. Here, let's put it in between. That'll be cute. All right, that's the end of their turn. We clearly need some more cards. So I'm trying to decide if I should lay, well, I only have space for 1 more egg. So probably I don't want to lay eggs first. I was hoping to get some eggs to draw more cards. Let's just draw 1 card. I'm definitely interested in anything that gets me fish. So how about this one? Oh, and it's the right kind of nest. I don't know that I'll be able to get it out this turn or this round, but it's worth considering. When activated, players with the fewest water birds draw one card. And in this example, because you're not really comparing with the bot player on these, you would win that. So we'll put that in our hand and refill up here. And now we go to the bot. Okay, so this time, wow, these are getting a little slippery. So now we're going to go ahead and lay an egg. And that's it. Okay, clearly I'm going to need some food. But, oh, I should have moved this over. If I wanted to, I'm going to be crawling here to get that one. It is kind of tricky that I've been going for such expensive birds right off the bat. But what I'm wondering is it worth it? Is it worth it to draw another card so that I can discard a card to get a bird? That's going to take 2 turns, but this would just take 2 turns anyway. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to get this out by the end of the round anyway. No worries. Okay, we're going to get a food. Looks like I want this fish. And then we're going to move this over here. Gain 1 wheat from the bird feeder if available. There is one available. You may cash it on this card. So we're going to take that. And it goes here. And that's the end of our turn. Now, all right, they're just going to get 1 face down. But remember for that, they are clearing this out. And then we'll refill it. And it goes face down. And that'll be 4 more points at the end of the game. But we also need to place a cube. And that'll be the end of their turn. Okay, I think for our last action, we're just going to go ahead and get some food again. Now, I know I don't want this now. Hopefully I'll get one later. Chances are good. That usually, there we go, usually happens. And we needed a rodent and a wormy. Since these seem to be taken often by the player, we'll do that. And then also my brown ability is going to let me take this, so let's do it now. So that one's going to go there, and that goes there. So we just did that action. That's going to be our last action for the round. And the bot will take their final action, which is a bird feeder action. And they're going to clear out either the wild or the worm or the wheat. Well, it's not really a wild, but hopefully you know what I mean. I had good intentions with my words. And there would be a pink action, except there is no pink action for me for right now. So that's the end of the round. Now, the expansion came with this really nice reference card where everybody would do their round end bird powers. None of us have that right now. Well, the bot does, but they don't count. So we don't have that right now, so that's good. And then we're going to score the end of round goals. So just before we do that, remember, they have a base value of 0, and then they're going to have 1 for that cube. So they ended up with 1 bird of this type with an egg, but we actually ended up with 2. So that means that we got first place and they got second place. Very awesome, very exciting. And for this next round, we're looking for birds being in the forest. We would remove all the action cubes, discard and replace the birds in the bird tray. And we'll do that. Oops. Wow, lots of white actions on those ones. And this one actually has an interesting ability. So it says, I just noticed this is going to cost a rodent with a star. And down here, when played for each rodent in this bird's cost, so 1, you may pay 1 card from your hand instead. If you do, tuck the paid card behind this card. Oh, interesting. I like that. Now, something else we need to do for the bot is that one of these cards, and we already saw it, will say remove after round 1. So we're going to go ahead and remove that card, and then we shuffle these up like that. And then we're going to rotate this to show that we're in round 2, and I'm just going to put this card back in the box. And we don't actually pass this. We will always be the first player, so that doesn't need to pass. Okay, we're still working on getting this thing out. We are going to need a worm. There is one in the feeder, so the trick is that there isn't a wheat in the feeder, so we're not going to be able to take advantage of this if we tried to get that out, which is kind of disappointing, but probably still worth doing it. Oh, I need to wipe these. All right, so let's do that. I mean, one thing I was considering, again, probably an overthink, was to take a fish for now, because I'll probably want that in the future. But to take a fish for now, and then wipe it and get the wheat and the worm later. But let's just do it. Let's keep it simple. Okay, here we go for the bots. Now we're on round 2, so they're going to get the face-up bird action, which, if you remember, means that they collect all of the birds that match their bonus. That would only be this one. And they're going to keep it face up. They'd keep the one with the most points face up. If none of them matched, then they would get one face down. And they have a cube. And just to check, let's see, birds in the, yeah, so they have, oh, we're on round 2. I need to flip these. My bad, my bad. All right, so for birds in the forest, they have a base value of 1. With the cube, right now they have 2 birds in the forest, essentially. And I forgot to move this over last time. All right, I think we're ready to play the bird. It's going to go here, so I do need to pay an egg. Nothing, well, yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll pay an egg, and we will get this guy. Oh my gosh. Get this guy right here. And that'll be good. I want to try to get 2 more birds that eat fish. And we'll move that over. Round 2. Okay, so they're going to lay 2 eggs and place a cube. So let me just grab 2 more eggs here. And place a cube. And we're going to obviously need some more cards. So let's go draw some cards. What have we got available here? This one needs a fish, so I probably want this one. Between turns, when another player takes the lay egg action. Oh, yeah, that would be great. So I probably want this one. This one doesn't cost anything to put out. That would be really good. Oh, I probably want that one too. I want them all. But this would be good to get in the forest because we want to have more birds in the forest. And then finally, this one we already talked about. I do like this card a lot, but I don't have any extra cards in my hand ready just yet. So I think I am going to go ahead and collect these ones. Of course, I could have drawn from the top, but I want these ones. And technically, we don't refill this to the end of the turn, but I don't think any of my cards will utilize that. And, okay, so this says, when activated, the player or players with the fewest water birds draw 1 card. And remember, the Automa always loses. Actually, oh man, so I did make a mistake. But, so like these cards wouldn't be here, they would be there. So let's just take this one for fairness sake. And really, that'll be the end of that. And then we would refill all of them. Okay. All right, now I'm feeling good about stuff, kinda. Let's see what this fool's doing. All right, so they're just gonna get a face down card. But remember, for that, they wipe, and then they'll take 1 face down. We'll refill these. And they're placing a cube. I could be in trouble. It's like they're having 4 birds in the forest. Of course, that could go down, but it could go up. We'll see. Okay, I think let's go ahead and get this bird out. Seems like a good thing to do. Yeah, so let's get this bird out. We do need to pay an egg for that to happen. And when played, we're going to draw 2 new bonus cards and keep 1. So let's see. Let's bring them back. All right, this one. Birds named after a person. Basically, any bird with an apostrophe S in their name. We've got 1. So that's 2 points per bird. There's another one that's on the way out, maybe. This one, birds with that kind of a nest, including the wilds. We do have 1 of those. I feel like that's going to be tricky to do. Let's stick with this one. Let's see. And that was the end of that turn. All right. Lay 2 eggs and then remove a cube. So here's our 2 eggs. And don't worry, yes, they get a lot of eggs for sure, but they're not caching cards, they're not tucking cards or anything like that. The eggs kind of are a nice middle compromise there. But thankfully we do get to remove a cube. Okay, I'm thinking in order to get this guy out, I think we should draw some more cards and actually take advantage of this. That would be a positive thing. So we're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards. Don't worry, I won't refill it willy-nilly this time. Definitely want this card. If you used all 4 types of actions this round, play another bird, pay its normal. Oh, that's kind of a cool one, and I don't have any end of round ones yet. Let's do that one just for fun. Okay. And I know I shouldn't necessarily be grabbing things I want to keep, but I do want to keep those. But we're going to come over here, and remember, they will always lose these brown abilities, and so we get to draw another card. I'm really not all that interested in this one, so let's take it. And we'll use that one to get this one played, but I am going to need some eggs. So I'm going to need some eggs, and then we can play the bird. I think that's how our round is going to go. But let's bring this back, and we'll refill. And now these guys go. Okay, so they're going to get a face-up bird. So their bonus was wingspans of 30 or less. 30 or fewer, 30 or less, 30 or less. Is it fewer? Is it less? I think less you measure, fewer you count. Okay, so that's going to be this one, and then we'll refill that. Oh no, sorry, I looked at the wrong one, even though this arrow is clearly pointing. This is a face down one, which means we needed to wipe. Oh, so sorry. So let's see, this one was here. We were wiping and then refilling. Okay, my bad. My total bad. Okay, so we were going to lay some eggs. Right now I don't necessarily care where they go. Let's just put them out. And that was that turn. Let's get this right. I'm hoping I'm getting the other ones right. I think I have been. I just done goofed on that one. Okay, do I have a pink? Oh, I still don't have a pink action. All right, but this is a bird feeder action. So remember, for the bot, if there's ever just one type of die, they will always re-roll them. And then, let's see. For their card, that's not in there, that's not in there, that's not it. That's crazy. Okay, so they're getting rid of the rodents. That's so crazy. Okay. And I don't have any pink actions, so don't worry about that. All right, so my last turn was I wanted to get this one up here. I need to spend an egg. And remember, this ability is, instead of the rodent, I'm going to go ahead and tuck this card underneath it like that and put this out. Okay, the bot. All right, a face up, but really a face up this time. I promise I didn't mess that one up necessarily. So let's see, this one qualifies and this one qualifies. They'll keep the one with the most points. That's going to be this one, and then we'll refill. And it's face up. I should probably lay these out so you could see better if you're keeping score in your head or something. So there's 16 points over here. That's a lot. I'm scared. But that was the end of the round. We need to do end of round powers, which we don't have any. So let's do the end of round goals. The current one, they have a base of 1 plus 2 more. So they have 3 birds in the forest, and so do we. So we actually tied on that one. And usually when I show ties, I just put the birdhouses in the middle like this. Then we remove our action cubes. I brought these back from the bonuses. While we're here, and before I forget, let's go ahead and take care of these. So we need to remove the one that says discard after round 2. Yep, that one right there. We'll shuffle these up. Oh. Yes. And we will go ahead and refresh these. And the way that this bonus works is that you would need, basically you need eggs in all 3 spots. So like a set of 3 means 1 egg here, 1 egg here, 1 egg here. And so if I'm going to qualify for this, I've got to at least get another, I got to get this one out, which means I probably want to focus on this next. And then I can try to get eggs spread out between those. So with that in mind, I need some worms. There are no worms up there now, but I'm going to need some fish too. So let's go ahead and get some food. So I can take the fish. There's only berries here, so for my second one I can roll. Oh, come on. Oh man. Okay, so that's a worm. Wow, that was not useful for me. But as we come over here, good news is there is a wheat here. And so we've got 3 here if you're keeping count. Oh, I forgot to change this. Round 3. Oh, I did those upside down. Come on. All right. Oh, wait, that's still upside down. Wait, which way? Hold on. Which way is that supposed to go? That way. No, that was right. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm such a genius here that you're all intimidated. Okay, round 3. Face down and then remove a cube, but there isn't a cube to remove. So we keep one of these, wipe the others, and this one comes in face down. Now, let's get some more food. Let's try that same thing again. So I'm going to gain a fish. I don't want either of these. Oh no, what is the deal? Crap. Okay, well, this is going to ruin the wheat thing, but that's okay. I need the worm a little bit more. That's crazy. Usually it's like all worm and wheat central, so that's too bad. And we can't gain one from the bird feeder because there's not one there. I don't think I was very clear. So like you will gain a wheat. You can either put it here or you could put it here. That's the option available to you. All right. Things are getting tight. Okay, bird feeder action, and I still don't have any pink actions. Thankfully, they're going to clear out all these berries. And that is their turn. Okay, let's see. I want to get both of these out. And I can get them both out. So which one do I do first? Well, I know I've got to start working on eggs. So let's do this one. I'm playing a card here. Yeah, all right. That makes sense to me. No, there. Round 3. I have to say it or else I'm going to mess it up. Okay, another bird feeder action. Let's see, fish, rodent, berry. And yeah, even though they want the fish in theory, they always roll if there's only one type. Okay, so then they're taking the rodent. Okay, for us, we are going to go ahead and spend the 2 fish and this final egg that we've got. We've got to start getting some eggs to get this one out. There we go. And let's see. 2 eggs and a cube. Have I been missing cubes? I don't think so. No, we're doing okay. All right, so 2 eggs and a cube. And of course I forgot to rotate these. So their base value is 1 for that set. Okay, I'm going for eggs. So 2 eggs. That's not going to be, man, I'm not going to do great. I'm only going to be able to get 1 set. But if I can get at least 1 set, that'll be positive. I don't even have any extra food to get me my 3rd one. Dang it. Okay. In fact, I'm not ready for that one anyway. I just want to do a round end bonus. It would be fun. Okay, this one. Round 3, so a face up and a cube. Let's see, that's 30, right? Because it was 30 or fewer. Yeah, okay, so that one, not that one, not that one. So they're going to bring this one back for points. And then we'll place a cube. Whoa, look at that fella. Hot. Okay, so for our last action, I feel like I need to get eggs. It's either a choice of drawing cards so that I could get another bird out, which I can't. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, so we're just going to do 2 eggs. Definitely get one down here. And I don't know that it matters where I put this other one for now. Here. Last card. A face down. Okay, so that's going to be a face down one. Right there. And that'll bring us to the end of the round. As I pointed out before, this power doesn't activate, so we need to score the end of round goal. The end of round goal, I have 1 set of eggs in the 3 spots. They have a base value of 1 plus 2 more cubes, so they very clearly took that one. So let's see, we go like this. We need to clear these out. Thankfully, we're refilling these. I don't really want any of them. Let's actually remember to flip these ones. So the base value here is going to be 3. Ooh, I just want to get tons of food if I can, probably. All right, one of these cards needs to get removed. Did we see it? Oh, it must be here. Remove after round 3. And then we'll shuffle these up. Round 4. Here we go. This one could be an additional 2 points because it has somebody's name in it for this card. I've got my 1, 2, 3. I've only got 3. Ooh, I need a 4th bird that eats fish. I need to get this guy out. That's what I'm saying. This guy needs to come out. That's going to be worth a lot of points considering all of these things. I also am going to want a bunch of extra food if I can get it. So the reason I'm pointing these things out is that I think I want to draw a card to help me get something in the forest. Either one of these. The once between turns thing, I don't know that I... Choose 1 to 5 birds in this habitat, tuck 1 card behind each. I'd have to have a lot of cards. I could get a lot of cards because I do have a lot of water birds. I think this one makes the most sense. But I get to draw 2. Maybe I just draw them both in case I change my mind. Oh, and I need to not refill yet. Okay, roll all of the dice that are not in the feeder, and I would gain a fish if I get a fish. Actually, this is from the expansion. If you were rolling multiple dice and got multiple fish, you would get the same number of fish, not just 1. Oh, it went far away, but it was a fish. Next up, we do get to draw a card because we will always win those actions. I don't think I'm overly interested in this one. Let's draw blind. Well, this could be better than this one, maybe. Well, I don't know. No. That'll be more points. Okay. Cool. Round 4. Oh, I forgot to refill. So we refill, and then they're doing a face down one, so we'll take that face down. And no cubes to lose. Okay, so I have the cards. I'm trying to get this one out. Let's take this action, and I will discard a card. This was one I didn't care about, right? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and discard this card so that I can get 3 foods. I do need a fish, I need a wheat, and I guess I'll take another worm. Or wait, yeah, I'll take 2 worms and a wheat. There's a few calculations going on in my head of maybe I could have done that a little bit differently. Maybe. Could I have? Well, actually, yeah. Hold on, I'm going to take this back. Because if I leave this one in here and take this one, I'm going to be able to get this as well. As a wheat, 4 points. But I'm going to just want to hold on to... Anyway, just trust me that I can't verbalize what I'm thinking right now. All right, so then when activated, we do this thing. I could either keep this or cash it. Let's cash it for the points. One of these didn't quite fall. There we go. So that was the end of that turn. Next up, 3 eggs and lose a cube. No cubes to lose, but we got 3 eggs coming. Okay, to get this guy out, I'm gonna need a fish. There's a fish and a worm up there. So why don't I spend one of these actions? Let's just get one of these guys out now. Which one did I want? This one. I want him out on the food so that I can collect more food. So I'm putting this out. 2 eggs. This guy's here. I'm going to spend a worm to do that because I can pick up another worm really soon. And yes, I think that's okay. Oh, with only 2 actions left, I'm not going to be able to do everything I want. In fact, I wanted to do, whoa, I just stuttered. I wanted to do too much. It's not going to work. But that's usually how it goes for Wingspan. So here we go. Wow, another 3 eggs. Ooh. And then they're going to gain a cube. So another 3 eggs, gain a cube. Okay, so we need food. I have my wheat. I need a fish and a worm and a whatever, but I want to leave this here because it's going to get me a point. So let's take another fish. Usually, when I play this, I'm like all for eggs. I am like scraping by on my eggs this turn. That's kind of interesting for me. All right, well, cool. So now I could choose 1 to 5 birds in this habitat, tuck 1 from your hand behind each. And so let's do, I didn't want to keep this one. We could tuck this anywhere. I'll put it here because I know there's already a tucked thing there. And then come on over here, take this wheat, keep it here for points. As long as I have at least 1 food left over, I'll be a happy camper because I do think they're going to beat me on food again. Ooh, man, this is tough and it's tight. I really can't tell if they're slaughtering me or not. I have a lot of high-value birds out there, so I'm hoping, and my bonus cards and all of that stuff. Okay, so these guys are face down and a cube. So face down and I think I'm getting my butt handed to me. I don't know. And so for my last action, I'm going to get this bird out because as I pointed out before, that's actually going to be very valuable to get this thing out. So discard these foods and 2 eggs. And that was it. That's the end. Well, it's the end for me, but they still need to finish their turn. Round 4. Wow, another 3 eggs. They're just going for it. They're basically me. And then another cube. And that is the end of the round. Once again, I didn't really take advantage of this round end bonus. I didn't have one here either. So, my fault. And even worse, they're definitely winning on leftover food in their supply. I had really good intentions for that, but it just didn't play out that way. So let's do some end of round scoring. How many face downs did we have? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32 points from those. Then we have 14 points from the face-up ones. End of round goals. Here we can kind of do these two at the same time. So for them, they got 1. We're sharing 7 points. We each got 3. So 4, 10, 17. Gosh, I don't think I won. 4, 3 is 7. Another 3 is 10. 14. Oh, wow. I did better than I thought I was going to. That made me nervous. Okay, eggs. Okay. 3, 6, 9, 10. 3, 6, 7. 17 points for eggs. Okay, what is that total? I'm not going to total that on camera. Let's go look at my play area, and this will magically appear. And here we are, 80 points for the bot. That's kind of cool. All right, for us, birds. We've got, this is so embarrassing to do this on camera. Okay, we have 6, 10, 14, 15, 16. 16 plus 9 would be 25. 25 is going to go to 32. No, let's do 25, 37, 42, I think. I have no idea if I did that right. 42. Okay, bonus cards. Birds named after a person is 2 points each. Well, here, let's start with this one, actually. I think I got my 4 birds that eat fish. So I got 8 points. And then named after a person, that's going to be 10 and 12. So 12 points for my bonus cards. We already did end of round scoring. I don't have any eggs left over. Food on cards. I got this one. Oh, that one too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 there. And then tucked cards. I think the only one was this set right here. 2. for a grand total of 82 points, assuming I did that correctly. I cannot believe I just won that. That was unexpected, and that's close enough that now I'm super paranoid that I've made a mistake somewhere and messed up. But in theory, I won with 82 points, which is very exciting. So yes, a couple of quick thoughts. I love Wingspan, period. I really love their solo mode. It's really, really strong. I think I like the Fantastic Factories just a tiny bit more in its cleanness and simplicity, but this is excellent. And also, remember, they have an app that you can download that will do a lot of that work for you, so you really can just focus on your play area. This was my very first time playing with the European expansion birds. I feel like I didn't really get to take advantage of anything related there, especially this end round thing. I just didn't quite get there, but I had a lot of opportunities to do stuff. I just didn't do it. So sorry if you were really looking for expansion material. Didn't quite see that much here, but maybe you kind of got some views of what's available. Anyway, oh, Wingspan, I love you so much. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you later. What else do I say? I've said all the things that I want to say. Love this game. I'm going to go edit. Happy Sunday. Take care. Goodbye.